I had a friend lend me this set of scales to corner balance my car. Super nice set. Got one for each wheel. You jack up the car, drop it down on these, and you can measure how much weight is on each corner of the car. So this is what we'll be getting into. And it even comes with this nice tablet. There's an app on here that allows you to see all your weights in live time. So I can record everything and see how I'm progressing as I change the weight on each corner of my car. So let's see how good or bad my car is and see if we can improve that. And then we'll take it to the Autocross track and see if it helped me catch any of the faster cars. My friend lent me this awesome set of gauges. You can see the tape measure has a magnet, touches the bottom of the frame of the car. And back here it tells you exactly how tall your ride height is. Right now I'm at 112 millimeters. I've gone ahead and adjusted my tire pressures to my racing settings. That's about 33 PSI in the front and 34 PSI in the back. To stop my sway bar from binding as I adjust my heights, I've disconnected it on both ends. So it's time to raise the car and drop it on the scales. And this is what I was hoping for. The right side is almost perfectly balanced 50-50, which is not necessarily a good thing, but they're close. And the left side is 300 pounds off from the front to the back. So major imbalances here. Front to rear is not too bad for a mid-engine car that's rear-wheel drive. I have a little more weight over the rear, which is okay. I want that to help get traction. And then left to right is almost 50-50, dead even without a driver in it. Once I sit in the car, that swings out of spec a little bit, but it's close. And diagonal and cross, those are needing improvement. Those are quite a bit off from 50-50. This left front wheel is extremely light, so I need to make this longer to push the wheel down a little harder. So I'm going to raise the ride height a little bit in the left front to start out. So here's my coilover. So I need to loosen that set screw so I can rotate this collar and raise my ride height a little bit. I'm gonna raise it one full turn and see how that does for us. And now I need to rock the car to settle the suspension. And all of that increased the left front by 7 pounds. Not much at all. It also increased the rear on the right side, and then the left rear and right front decreased 7 pounds. So I have a lot more adjusting to do. After several hours of playing with my coilovers, I have made some huge improvements. So let's take a look at the single worst imbalance I found first. Before I started, the left side was 43% different from the front wheel to the back wheel. But on the right side, they were even. Not ideal by any means. Now I have a 25% and a 24% difference between the back and front tires. Much better. My car is an open diff, and it used to spin one wheel kind of easily, and I just figured that was from being lightweight and kind of high-powered. But now I realize that the back wheels had different weights on them. They were 26% different. So one wheel had 200 more pounds pushing it into the ground to get traction, while the other one didn't really dig in as deeply and it's probably pretty easy to spin. Luckily I got those balanced out, and now the rear wheels only have a 6% difference, so they'll both be grabbing at the ground a little more equally. Hopefully give me better traction and able to launch the car a little bit better. Likewise on the front end, the tires are 23% different, so one tire is working a lot harder and probably gives up sooner than the other one. This might explain some of the understeer I used to have, but luckily now I have them within 5% of each other, so the front end will be grabbing a little more evenly, and hopefully I can reduce that understeer. Last but not least are my diagonal and cross weights. So diagonal is shown by the yellow line, and cross is shown by the blue line. And this used to be 43% one direction and 57% the other. So the car would turn better in one direction than the other. You ideally want 50-50, and luckily after adjusting I was able to get there. I'm now at 50-50 and the car should be evenly planted whether I'm turning left or right. I used to think corner balancing was one of those things that racing teams did to get the last 2% out of a car, but I can tell you after a short drive that this thing is so much more planted and confident in turns. We need to get this on the track to show you if this is any faster because it feels like it is. One more interesting finding is that the car rides a lot stiffer now. With the springs evenly loaded, I guess they respond quicker. It's Autocross day, but things have not started off as we had hoped for. A somewhat newer EcoBoost Mustang actually swerved off the course and totaled his car against some guard railing. He got out of the car, he seemed okay, but was still taken to the hospital. So I'm not going to show you any videos or pictures of that incident. Just out of respect to the driver, he already lost a car today and is injured, so we're going to skip past that. But they did revise the course after that accident, but here we go.
This thing looks so angry. It's just like, it's terrifying.
Good, I like it.
Job well done.
Thank you.
Good to go.
I've been comparing myself to several faster cars from the same class and other classes, and the results today are very good. I was able to catch every single car by a little bit. Anywhere from gaining 2% on the Corvette to gaining 1% on the quickest Miata from the stock class. I gained 3% on the Nissan, which is the fastest car on this list. I gained 1% on an S2000, 1% on a BMW 240xi with all-wheel drive, and then 2% on the MR2 that's in the same class as me, so that's pretty helpful. The car felt great. It had a lot more grip today. I don't think I pushed it 100%, so I definitely left a little bit on the table, but I was learning how to cope with the new grip. So I think I can definitely improve even on the current setup I have. Be sure to check out my other videos, and thanks for watching. Bye.